System engineers play a crucial role in designing, implementing, and maintaining complex IT systems. They ensure that software, hardware, and network components work seamlessly together to support organizational operations. System engineers are also responsible for troubleshooting issues, optimizing performance, and maintaining security and reliability across systems. Because these roles require both technical expertise and problem-solving skills, interviews often focus on system architecture, networking, operating systems, scripting, and practical experience with system administration and deployment. Preparing for a system engineer interview requires demonstrating technical knowledge, analytical thinking, and practical experience in managing IT infrastructure. Employers look for candidates who can design scalable systems, solve problems efficiently, and support business operations through reliable IT solutions. This video explores common system engineer interview questions, sample answers, and tips to help you showcase your skills and expertise. Question 1. Can you describe the role of a system engineer? Answer begins here. A system engineer is responsible for designing, implementing, and maintaining IT systems to ensure optimal performance and reliability. This includes managing servers, networks, storage, and applications. System engineers also troubleshoot issues, optimize processes, and ensure security compliance, bridging the gap between system requirements and operational efficiency. Tip: emphasize both technical expertise and operational responsibility. Question 2. How do you approach system design? Answer begins here. I start by understanding the requirements, constraints, and business objectives. I then design scalable and reliable architecture, select appropriate technologies, and ensure integration with existing systems. For example, while designing a cloud-based solution, I evaluated redundancy, load balancing, and security to create a robust system. Tip: highlight strategic thinking, scalability, and reliability. Question 3. How do you troubleshoot system issues? Answer begins here. I begin by identifying symptoms, gathering logs, and analyzing system behavior. I use monitoring tools and diagnostic commands to pinpoint the root cause and implement corrective measures. For example, I resolved a server downtime issue by identifying a misconfigured network interface, restoring system functionality within hours. Tip: demonstrate a methodical approach and problem-solving skills. Question 4. How do you ensure system security? Answer begins here. I implement best practices such as firewalls, access control, patch management, and encryption. Regular audits and vulnerability assessments help identify potential risks. For instance, I secured a company network by enforcing multi-factor authentication and segmenting the network, significantly reducing security incidents. Tip: emphasize proactive security measures and compliance awareness. Question 5. What experience do you have with operating systems? Answer begins here. I have extensive experience with Windows Server, Linux distributions like Ubuntu and CentOS, and Unix-based systems. I am proficient in installation, configuration, patching, and system optimization. For example, I automated routine Linux server maintenance using shell scripts, improving efficiency and reducing errors. Tip: highlight hands-on experience with multiple operating systems. Question 6. How do you manage system performance? Answer begins here. I monitor system metrics such as CPU usage, memory utilization, disk I/O, and network traffic. I also optimize configurations, balance loads, and plan for capacity. For example, by adjusting server configurations and implementing load balancing, I improved system response times for a high-traffic application. Tip: demonstrate analytical skills and proactive optimization. Question 7. How do you handle system upgrades or migrations? Answer begins here. I plan upgrades by assessing compatibility, creating backups, and testing in a staging environment. I also communicate with stakeholders and schedule updates to minimize downtime. For instance, I successfully migrated an on-premise application to the cloud with zero data loss and minimal disruption to users. Tip: emphasize planning, risk mitigation, and communication. Question 8. How do you document system architecture and processes? Answer begins here. I create detailed documentation including system diagrams, configuration files, operational procedures, and troubleshooting guides. Documentation ensures knowledge sharing and smooth maintenance. For example, my documentation of server setups allowed new team members to quickly understand and manage the systems effectively. Tip: highlight attention to detail and process-oriented thinking. Question 9. Can you explain virtualization and cloud computing experience? Answer begins here. I have experience with VMware, Hyper-V, and cloud platforms like AWS and Azure. I design virtualized environments to optimize resource usage, scalability, and disaster recovery. For example, I implemented a virtualized server environment that reduced hardware costs by 30% while improving system reliability. Tip: emphasize practical experience and efficiency improvements. Question 10. How do you ensure system reliability and availability? Answer begins here. I implement redundancy, failover mechanisms, monitoring tools, and backup strategies. Regular testing and maintenance ensure minimal downtime. For example, deploying clustered servers and automated failover mechanisms allowed critical services to remain online during hardware failures. Tip: highlight preventive measures and high availability solutions. Question 11. How do you manage system automation and scripting? Answer begins here. I use scripting languages like Bash, PowerShell, and Python to automate repetitive tasks such as backups, user provisioning, and system monitoring. For example, a PowerShell script I developed automated server health checks, saving the team several hours of manual monitoring each week. Tip: emphasize efficiency, reliability, and technical skills. Question 12. How do you prioritize tasks when managing multiple systems? Answer begins here. I assess tasks based on urgency, impact, and dependencies. Critical issues and high-priority projects are addressed first, while routine maintenance is scheduled strategically. For instance, during a system outage, I prioritized restoring core services before addressing peripheral tasks. Tip: show decision-making, organization, and operational awareness. Question 13. How do you keep updated with technology trends? Answer begins here. I regularly attend webinars, read technical blogs, participate in professional forums, and take certification courses. Staying updated allows me to recommend innovative solutions and maintain best practices. For example, learning about containerization enabled me to implement Docker for efficient application deployment. Tip: demonstrate continuous learning and proactive adaptation. Question 14. How do you handle a critical system failure? Answer begins here. I follow incident response protocols, quickly assess the issue, communicate with stakeholders, and implement solutions. I also conduct post-mortem analysis to prevent future occurrences. For example, I managed a network outage by isolating the faulty switch and rerouting traffic, restoring services rapidly. Tip: emphasize calmness under pressure, communication, and problem-solving. Question 15. Why should we hire you as our system engineer? Answer begins here. You should hire me because I bring a combination of technical expertise, analytical skills, and practical experience in managing IT infrastructure. I have successfully designed, implemented, and maintained complex systems, optimized performance, and ensured security and reliability. My problem-solving abilities and proactive approach will support your organization's IT operations effectively. Tip: highlight technical skills, experience, and reliability. Closing thoughts. System engineer interviews evaluate technical knowledge, problem-solving abilities, and practical experience in managing IT systems. Employers seek candidates who can design scalable solutions, troubleshoot issues efficiently, ensure security, and maintain system performance and reliability. By preparing for these questions with structured answers, real-world examples, and technical insights, you can demonstrate competence, confidence, and operational expertise. Focus on showcasing your ability to manage complex systems, optimize performance, and deliver reliable IT solutions to stand out in the interview process.